All right, guys, we are back. This is K-Talk Radio, 1640 AM. This is the show, Utah Home Sweet Home. And we are talking development. And for some of you out there, some of you guys are listening, maybe you're in high school, maybe you're in college, and you've always thought, how cool would it be to put together a community, develop a housing community or whatever it is that you want. And you have no idea how to even get started, like what that even looks like. So I'm going to ask Ned. Ned, for the listeners out there, can you share any ideas if somebody wanted to start to learn how to become a developer? What can they do to get started?
That's a great question, and I want to encourage anyone out there who's interested in this, because we live in communities, and designing and building communities is very important to how humankind lives. And so I love that we're thinking about more ideas. I mean, we have affordability issues right now. We have this pandemic, which is going to change how a lot of things are done.
Yeah.
And we need smart ideas to create communities and places that people can live and they can be happy and successful. So I encourage people out there to get out there and use their ideas and to make things happen. So there's development incorporates a lot of aspects of business, and so if you had an interest in any one of these aspects, you can start participating in development. There's architectural element of obviously building the buildings. There's the construction element of constructing the buildings. There's the financing element of putting together financing and loans and underwriting the project and making sure you can afford to build the building and it will return a profit. There's the relationship aspects when you're working with your investors and partners, and then also that relationship as you're working with the community and the city. So there's a lot of different avenues you can take to getting into development. I do think one of the best ways is to try and work for a developer.
Sure.
I would always recommend learning on someone else's dime.
Yeah.
So if you can try and get into work with a developer, or somehow you could work for a bank in their finance department for doing commercial loans. There's the MRED at the University of Utah is a great program. That's a Master's of Real Estate Development. It's a great program if you're interested.
Interesting. Got it.
So, so my own story is I kind of came at this. This is a family business, but I grew up working on the properties that our family had. So taking care of the lawn, sweeping the gutters, different things like that.
Yeah. And
just being around it, you kind of get a feel for how the buildings function, and how you treat your customers with your renters. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved. But yeah, reaching out to a local developer, taking them to lunch, talking to them about their experience, and then looking for opportunities. I think some people ask me okay, some people think there's like a secret sauce.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, if you crack the code.
Yeah.
And for a number of years, I'd say there is no secret sauce. You just have to go out and make it happen.
Right.
And I was talking to Joel Stice, who we both know, and I think that this was the change. I was like, well, the secret sauce is your relationship and the trust that you build with people. That's what changes. That's what makes deals happen, and that's how people. Most of the deals that we have done, generally we're approached by somebody who knows us and trusts us and says, I've watched you, or I know you guys, and I trust you, and I'd like you to help me develop my parcel or manage my property, or I'd like to invest in a project with you. So that your integrity and your reputation, and that's the secret sauce, I would say.
Right.
That everything else is a commodity.
Yeah.
You can underwrite the same deals with the same numbers. You can find the same financing. You can hire the same contractors. You can hire the same architect. Everything else is a commodity, but it's that reputation. That's important. So guard that.
Yes.
And make sure you treat people fairly, and you can make $1 tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you don't take advantage of someone today to make an extra $1.
Right.
you can make that tomorrow, and you will
Right.
if people trust you.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know, I remember when I first got started in flipping houses. I had bought rentals, but it was a completely different game. You really have to make sure your numbers are right if you're going to sell this in 3 or 4 months, 5, 6 months. I remember offering to work for 2 different flippers for free. Like, I didn't want them to pay me because they didn't need an employee. But I wanted to learn the things, like you said, surrounding yourself around it. I called them up and knew them. They knew me. We were cordial and friendly. I was better friends with one than the other, and I literally went in and said, hey, I would love to come work for you guys for free. I don't know what you need help with, but I'm not looking for a paycheck. I'm looking for experience and be able to, in return, do whatever it is that you guys need. And they were super humbled. Neither of them wanted to have me work for this. That just doesn't feel right, you working us for free. But they were very generous from that day forward with their information. But I would have still worked for them for free. No. So I love that you say that. Surround yourself, go work for someone. And I'm not saying you should work for free, but if you're hungry enough, like I was, sometimes you offer yourself to work for free.
Well, and I think from my side of the table, if someone approached me and said, hey, can we talk about this? I love talking to people about this. I love mentoring people, and I found that to be the case because I have had mentors.
Right.
People that I remember at the time I was in college, and I remember asking what are you getting out of this? Like, what do you get out of mentoring me?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, I enjoy it. And now I'm kind of on the other side of that, and I totally get that.
Yeah.
I love seeing someone else be successful.
Yes.
And I love mentoring people.
Yes.
And it's that feel good,
Yeah.
Whether it makes more money for me in the future, it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
you're happy to talk to people and share your experiences and ideas.
I love it. Yeah, I feel the same. It's fun. It feels good. It's fun. It's like, I don't know. It's funner than playing golf to me. I like golf, but I'd rather mentor someone.